Greetings from my home in Winnipeg, Canada. I'm speaking today to my many friends who I've had the pleasure of meeting through the years, through my work, many colleagues who I've met in training sessions or conference centers, people whose names I don't know but whose faces I would recognize, and also those of you who know me from my books and webinars and videos. I'm speaking to you as my tribe, my work community, who I love and admire so much and am so proud to be a part of. I'm addressing you on video today to give you an update on my life. Some of you may have noticed the cancellations on our website for my events through this fall and the next winter and spring. Some of you have received cancellations by email or in the mail. I was recently diagnosed with a rare blood cancer called multiple myeloma. It is incurable, but I'm very happy to tell you it is treatable. Amazing strides have been made in research in myeloma in recent years, and they just keep pushing out the prolonged lifespan of people living with myeloma. So I wanted you to hear me in my voice telling you I plan to be around for a very long time and enjoy many years of remission. The challenge before me now is that journey to remission. I've just begun a weekly 4-month regimen of chemotherapy, which will be followed by a stem cell transplant. It's a term they use interchangeably with bone marrow transplant, except that they will use my own stem cells. If all unfolds as it should, I should be back out in the world by late May, early June. So what I want to say to you all is all those cancellations, they're really just postponements. I will be back, and hopefully with richer, deeper things to say. So here's what's really weird. When I was in my 30s and 40s, I used to tell people, I'm going to be at my best. I'm going to peak at 60. Well, I turned 60 last May, and I'm thinking, I don't know what I thought I was going to know or who I was going to be, like some wise elder or something. And I'm in the midst of this questioning when I received this diagnosis and treatment plan, and I'm like, wow, nice way to peak, Bissonette. And then I received a priceless gift from one of our sons. His name is Colin. It was the gift of a reframe. So I was telling him that I have this book in me that I really want to write, where I would curate the best of my True Livelihood newsletters, my monthly newsletter from 15 years, and that I finally feel like I have a framework to put it all together in. And I said, maybe I could use this time to work on that book. And Colin looks at me and says, so you're on sabbatical? I was like, sabbatical? The very word kind of hit a vein of gold inside me. I thought if I were to say to my husband, Rob, honey, I want to take 9 months off the road and work on my book, it would feel like the luxury of luxuries. You guys, things happen to us, circumstances, situations that seem so random. But when we bring our meaning to them, we bring our own sense of purpose to them, our experience can be totally transformed. And that gift of a reframe from, 9 months of cancer treatment to a sabbatical is exactly the shift I needed. So my friends, what I would like you to envision for me in the next course of these months is surely a time of healing and remission. But more than that, I want you to imagine it is going to be a time of deep growth and learning and harvesting. I don't know if I'm going to feel up to working on the book, but that doesn't mean it won't be a sabbatical of some kind. reflection, contemplation. I don't know, but what I do know is I am determined to live into that vision that I held for myself as a younger woman. I plan to put into practice all those things I've been extolling in my keynotes and books and trainings. And I mean, I don't know, I could find out that I've been full of shit all along. But I have a deeper sense that what I've been teaching all these years is exactly what I need to be leaning into now. So you're going to be hearing from me along the way. I may decide that I kind of like this videotape thing, or I may send articles or newsletters. In the meantime, we've just put up 2 new webinars. They're 2 4-part, 4-hour webinars. Get this, one on resilience and a 4-hour webinar on what I know in my bones. The irony. Anyway, I want you to know that those webinars were a true labor of love, and if I don't say so myself, they're very meaty and very fun. So you don't have to wait till the fall of 2018 to dip into my work. So it may not surprise some of you that I would like to end this message with a poem. This is a piece about hope, about the importance and urgency of hope. Hope is what brightens the heart, awakens the mind, summons the spirit. It is soul medicine. And for years, I have searched prose and poetry that could speak to its power and its potency. And then about a year ago, I was on my way to a conference in New Brunswick, and this poem came to me. This is the first time that we'll have published the poem or recorded it, and we have put it up on the website if you want to download and print the poem. Please feel free to pass it on to anyone who you think might benefit from it, and this video as well. So this piece is not about me, and it is not about you. It is about the important work that we have to be beacons and messengers of hope to the people that we serve, for sure, but also people outside that circle. There are so many people today feeling particularly vulnerable and ostracized. People who've lost their homes, their communities, their very homelands to natural disaster or ravages of war. And beyond people, the world politic, our country, our very democracy is so thirsty for a radical, robust kind of kick-ass hope. And, you know, you guys, I'm not talking about the Hallmark pie in the sky kind of wishful thinking. I'm talking about that hope that is born of the bone-deep convictions of what we know to be true and right and just and sane. I believe that the world is asking us to step up bigger and brighter than we've ever been before. This is not a time to cower in cynicism. We need to be a voice for love and for our shared humanity, for inclusion, and for heaven's sakes, a return to civility. We need to be a voice for what Abraham Lincoln referred to, the better angels of our nature. So because each of us inhabit our own corner of the world, each of us are called to be beacons of hope in our own particular ways. And I'd like to thank you in advance for hearing and recalling and responding to that call for you. So I want you to sit back, posture yourself, ready to receive. This piece is called Rainmaker. For those who hunger in heart or spirit, hope is bread. Even the smallest crumbs of compassion and encouragement, when leavened with love, will rise and nourish like manna from heaven. Hope is bread. For those in need of light in the dark, hope is fire. It emanates warmth and shine in the cold, dark places, calling fear and doubt out from the shadows. It rekindles confidence and reignites imagination. Hope is fire. For those in need of sanctuary, hope is shelter. It is 4 walls, a sturdy roof, and a solid foundation. Hope is a place of rest and belonging where we can dare to be with our longing. Hope leaves the door open and the window ajar, lest grace slip in the morning sunlight or possibility blow in on an evening breeze. Hope is shelter. For those whose well is dry and whose bucket is empty, hope is rain. It penetrates the parched earth of the inner desert, restoring water to the root, which beckons the bud to blossom, the blossom to flower, and the flower to become fruit. Ah, the miracle of apple, peach, plum in the interior orchard of the beating heart. Ah, but for the rain, that long-awaited storm of hope. It is time we update our job descriptions. The next time someone asks you what you do, stand tall and proud and declare in full voice, I am a baker of bread. I feed many. I'm a fire breather, a torch bearer. I spread light. I'm a sanctuary maker. I provide shelter. I'm a water carrier. Better than that, I'm a rainmaker. Blessings to you all. May the force be with you. Peace out.